to the rare earth video, and there's some sort of special metals like tin, which are getting very excited at the moment. But first of all, why are we investing in rare earths? Because the AI systems require high performance chips, EVs and robotics. They all depend on electric motors and batteries. Renewable energy, wind turbines need the magnets, and the big one really supply chain challenges with rare earths being scarce, China dominating 70% of the global supply. So geopolitical competition for access to deposits. So that's why we're investing in rare earths. If we take a look at the rare earths price, you can see it's forming a lovely bottom there, and actually for the last, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, it's just been consolidating at the highs, and you know what that means. Okay, so my preferred exposure is through this REMX ETF. We were first in the channel down here, the declining wedge break. I can't see any reason why not to buy it now, not too late. Just some benchmarking of, so REMX over the king, he'll outperform the king. REMX over XMET, which is the ASX based sort of all-in-one metal ETF. REMX is outperforming, consolidating. I'd expect it to outperform XMET. Okay, so in order of size in the ETF, we'll go through the stocks in them. So we've got our boy here, Linus, lovely cup and handle, up and away. Did those 5 weeks of consolidation up. Then we've got China Northern Rare Earth, China's largest and the world's leading producer. Break below support here. That's okay. It's a indecision week. It's the beauty of ETFs. You don't have to, if one of them goes wrong, there's plenty of other soldiers to pick up. MP Materials. This one's in XMET. So the only operating rare earth mine in the US. This is the one that Trump underwritten the floor price for rare earths. That's fine. It's consolidating. Albemarle. It's not a rare earth. It's actually a world's largest lithium producer. But it's finally starting to wake up. Looks like it wants to break through. Pilbara Minerals, also not rare earths, but lithium, is in the ETF. So it's just making its way up. Then we've got Shenghe Resources, rare earth mining, smelting, separation processing in China. So it's doing that Linus consolidation. Then we've got Iluka, which is one of ours. Came back to support. There was a buy there. So it's off. Then we've got Jingcheng Moly, Asia's largest moly producer. So it's fallen below resistance. Got a bit into negative shooting star candle there, so it needs to find some support and have another go. The underlying moly price is going up. Hyperion, got land in the US undergoing a DFS. Got titanium and some painted technologies in there. Everything lower energy costs, carbon emissions, saying all the right things. Anyway, it's done the consolidation and that's off. So that's this is actually on the ASX, this one. So Actually, I should, if it's on the ASX, I try and put. So I see no reason to buy that. Buy the ETF though is my first choice, because if that doesn't work out, it will be saved by the others. Jiang Tungsten, largest tungsten and moly production export enterprise in China. Okay, so it's doing the consolidation. AMG, Netherlands-based global leader in specialty metals. Okay, so that's in on the London Stock Exchange. Then we've got Bianji Titanium Industry. So it's on the Shanghai Stock Exchange. Just sitting on support there. And ER7, Eramet, German company. Manganese, nickel, mineral sands, lithium. That would be a buy. Shoot there. Okay, so they're all in that remix ETF. Then we've got some Aussies, ASX, that operate in this space. So we've got Arafura, 2027, start mining. So I had a buyback there, so it hasn't done very much. So it still looks good. They did a capital raise at 19 cents, that's probably why. Australian Strategic Materials. So a big rare earths in Dubbo, progressing feasibility studies. I've got a subscriber who doesn't like them. Anyway, you wait for a break of 80 cents, I reckon. Black Canyon, missed this one, but I don't know, if it pulls back, it might be good buying. Their rare manganese discovery in WA's Pilbara. And we got Brazilian critical minerals. So exploration stage rare earths and platinum group metals. Ooh, rare earths and platinum. Platinum's doing really well. Anyway, that looks good. Caspen Resources. So it's my mate Billy. He owns 1% of this thing. So focused on tin. Tin's hot. Tin, gold, nickel, copper, cobalt, platinum, all of them, and rare earths. Ooh. So he's advised me they're doing a capital raise, trading hold. So if they do it at low and it comes down, it'll be a good buying opportunity. Critica Limited. So I put a buy out before. Rare earths in WA, tungsten in Tasmania, Explorer. I've got a note here. What's that say? Adding so it's flagship. Oh yeah, it's good. Encounter Resources. So that was a buy here. If that's consolidating at the highs, so that should go up. Critical Minerals Project in Western Australia, Copper Project Northern Territory, Copper Project in WA. Joint venture with IGO. Very nice. Then we got Lindian Resources. This is from Sean Deere. Rare Earths Project in Malawi. Demonstration plant is operational. I'll give that one another buy this week. Up, consolidation, up. That's how it works. Lakey. That was a buy back here. I remember that one. Mojave Critical Minerals. So California, next door to MP Materials. Okay, the Rick Rule favourite, Explorer in Brazil. If you follow resources, you all know who Rick Rule is. Anyway, well, Rick Rule's endorsed it, so with Rick's endorsements, because he'll buy something and it can go nowhere for 5 years and he doesn't care. So with Rick, I like to overlay charts with Rick's tips. I reckon it's giddy up time. Metals X. So they're a new buy for this week. Got that that pennant breakout. Look at that. That's beautiful. So add the distance from here to here to there, and you get a target price. So they're a producing tin company. There's that tin again. So look, I won't go through all that. It's a bit long. But do your own research. MTM. Okay, they will buy back here. So they've got a technology for low carbon, high efficiency recovery. Yeah, their recovery of critical and precious metals. So keep it on your radar. I'll keep it on mine. Okay, MVA, that's another buy this week. Critical Minerals Project in Alaska's Tintina Gold Belt. So that looks good. Looks very nice. Okay, Rimfire. Critical Minerals Exploration focused on copper, cobalt, gold, scandium, New South Wales. So this is a sham tip. So it's forming a very bullish pattern, but it's got to break first. So no green arrow yet. Actually, I just got this one this weekend. So it's a sometimes you see these things and they're just spruiking themselves. But anyway, the chart looked interesting. Diversified portfolio targeting critical minerals, including gold, lithium, rare earths, blah 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 blah. So you can see it hasn't done. It's very illiquid, so it could be a pump and dump. So for me, I'd wait for it to break. But if you're interested, have a look. Just putting them out there, the opportunities. Stellar Resources. So that was a buy before. Regarded as the highest grade undeveloped tin deposit. There you go, tin again. Then we got Sunrise Energy Metals. So they've got scandium in New South Wales. Breakthrough resistance here. So that looks like that's a shooting star there, which is bearish, but when broken, it's very bullish. Looks like it wants to have a crack at that. And then lastly, only because it's alphabetical order, Viridis Mining and Minerals. So South African's first rare earth project to reach PFS. Anyway, looks like 20-year mine life. Anyway, I didn't get that buy, but you can see that's where the buy was when it broke the declining channel. So I broke this one. That was a buy, and I'd give that another buy now. All right, that's your rare earth stocks. If you've got any yourself, or you're in any of these, let us know. All right, see ya.